Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mero and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today we are going to be learning how to create a blog using the Hostinger website builder. As you can see from the title of this video, this is part one of two parts. In this part, we will be setting up the blog and creating basically the pages from start to finish, the layout and everything. And in the second part, I'm actually going to be writing some blog posts and designing them like with the photos and the text and everything. Now, while this is a technical tutorial and the majority of it is going to be done with you seeing my screen and not me, I would like to get started by getting a few questions out of the way first, because I know that a lot of people always ask that and might ask that in the comments below. Let's start with what is Hostinger Builder. So Hostinger Builder is a CMS, a content management system. A CMS allows people who are not tech people, developers, to basically create their own website without using code. You probably already know other CMSs like Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, and while Shopify, Wix, and Squarespace are closed environment CMSs, WordPress is an open source. That means that Shopify, Wix, and Squarespace only work when hosted on those platforms. The technology will only work when hosted there, and the WordPress technology is going to work no matter where you host it. There was a full blog post on the newsletter explaining this whole CMS, open source, WordPress.com versus WordPress.org, and I will leave a link to that one down below because I feel like a lot of times this is a little bit of information that is missing for people to understand whether you're going to do your blog with Hostinger or do a shop with Shopify. Hostinger Builder is a closed environment CMS, which means it's only working on Hostinger. The reason why I'm recommending it a lot is because Hostinger is my favorite hosting service. So it doesn't matter if I'm going to have a Hostinger design website or a WordPress, they're going to both be hosted on Hostinger. So in simple words, again, last, if you want to use the Hostinger website builder, you're going to have to use it on Hostinger. The second question is why actually use Hostinger Builder for your blog? Out of all the CMSs that I've checked, all of them, Hostinger Builder looks like the easiest one to start with as someone who is a complete beginner, if you consider also the cost. Because WordPress is considered, I think, the most high-tech. Squarespace, I think, is considered the easiest to start with, but it's like $12 a month to start with Squarespace. So if you consider the cost, Hostinger Builder is the cheapest because you can get hosting plans from like, I don't know, $3, $4 a month, depending on the hosting plan. And we will be discussing that when we move to my screen. I'm going to share the information about the hosting plans with you and which kind of hosting plan you will need if you want to create a blog. So when it comes to cost and effort, Hostinger takes the winner if you look at both of these at the same time. Hostinger Builder also has a built-in AI writer like for text, and I think that's kind of cool. Even though I don't think you should look at that text and like create text with AI and just leave it like that, I think it's a great way to start your blog post and get used to writing, especially if you haven't done blogging before. Getting this initial layout is a really big bonus, and it's already there. You don't have to go to ChatGPT or to copy AI. It's like literally already there. Now, the process with Hostinger Builder of setting up pages, blog posts, categories is different than any other platform. And I think every platform is a little bit different with that. And if you're coming with knowledge from another CMS, I really think you should pay close attention because things can be a little bit different here. I actually submitted a couple of support tickets as I was learning the system. It's why it took me so long to create a really good video about how to blog using Hostinger, coming from over a decade of WordPress and expecting things to have a certain logic to them. And that logic is completely different with Hostinger. So pay attention to the process, and I hope that I will cover everything. Now, because this is a part one and a part two, so the part two will be to show how to actually create the blog posts themselves, like how to write them down. If there is something that you think I didn't cover in the part one, please let me know in the comments of this video, so I'll make sure to mention it in the other one. Let's move on to the actual meat of the video, my screen, where I will be showing you how to build your blog from start to finish, from getting your hosting plan, how to choose your hosting plan, and then literally building the website using a template, how to create those pages, the blog feed, and all that. I will stop talking and move to my screen, but for that, for those of you who know me, I need to do my magic trick first, and that's... So the first thing that you need to do if you want to have Hostinger website builder is get Hostinger. If you guys already have Hostinger, maybe skip a few steps, but this is a quick overview about their plans And there is somewhat of a difference between the premium and the business. And I'm going to go over that quickly. I don't think a lot of people needs the cloud startup, but you can also go and look at that. I'm going to go over the differences mostly when we're talking about the Hostinger builder, and there will be some differences when it comes to AI and things like that. So between the premium and the business, and this is the price if you get this long term, and as you can see, it renews for $9 a month. If I'm going to add this to my cart, you will see that the price is different on how long I'm taking it. So if I'm taking it for 48 months, it's $4 a month. That means that for $4 a month, you get everything that we're going to specify. It's up to 100 domains, and then it rises up to 9 and renews at 9. You can also take it for 2 years or for 1 year. The longer you take your plan, the better it is. And of course, we have a discount for viewers of this channel on top of this discount of 10%. There is a link to that down below. Let's look at the differences between the premium and the business. And again, these are the 4-year plan. They're a little bit higher when they're for less time. We have standard performance, increased performance. I'm guessing that's the speed of the website. Both of these, you get up to 100 websites. And this is the maximum amount of websites you can have hosted on this specific hosting plan. So let's say you have a website and then you want to make another one and another one and another one. All you do is buy another domain. You don't buy another hosting plan. So this price is for hosting up until 100 website. And then we have the gigabyte of storage, which is basically how much space your website takes. So if you have a website that have 4,000 posts, most likely you won't be able to have 100 websites because you'll run out of storage, which is double on the business plan. The premium plan backups weekly. So if you mess something up, you go back a week or to the last day that it was backed up. This is daily backups. So if I started my day, I did something bad with a website, I can just go back to the backup of the day before. This is also true for WordPress, by the way, which is a very useful tool. Unlimited free SSL, which means that every domain that you're going to get will have that HTTPS. You can install an SSL without paying for it. For a lot of hosting services, you pay each time you want to have an SSL, and sometimes it's even a yearly payment. Free email, free domain. Free domain goes once, not 100 domains. And you get free CDN, which is the content delivery network. It optimizes your website speed, and you can read more about it here. You don't have a dedicated IP address. You don't need one. If you want to have a managed WordPress, that is something that they do. I don't recommend having a managed WordPress, even if you do have WordPress. So I'm going to skip this part. It's also not relevant for what we have now, which is the Hostinger builder. But let's look at the differences between the Hostinger builder. So in both plans, the premium and the business, you get the drag and drop website builder, AI website creation. So you can create the website using an AI tool. 150 designer craft templates. There are a lot of templates of Hostinger. You can integrate with Google Analytics, and you have marketing integrations, which are Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixels, and so on and so on. But what you get with this plan, the business plan, that you do not get in the premium, where was I? Here, is AI copywriting tool. You can literally write everything using AI when you are on the blog itself, when you are on your website itself. I personally don't recommend using that tool as is. I recommend editing, but it's really good for the initial layout. AI heat maps, it means where do people go on my website, AI SEO tools, e-commerce features, which you do not have with the main one. And e-commerce means you can sell things yourself. Now, let's talk about that, because you're not going to be able to integrate this with print on demand. What you will be able to do is upload products of your own and digital downloads, or upload print on demand products that you're going to manually order following that. So with this plan, you have up to 500 products to create. You have a 0% transaction fee and 20 plus payment methods. There are a lot of other differences, a lot more. But this is generally the plan that I recommend people to start with if they want to grow, if they want to have a good memory space for multiple websites, and have all the tools of the Hostinger website builder. Basically, you add this to cart, you follow along, and you add your free domain to the process. I recommend to start from here, and then you get to the point where it asks you for a free domain, And I have a full video that I made about how to find a good domain, how to name your website, and I will leave a link to that one down below as well. However, since I already have multiple hosting plans and multiple domains, I'm not going to be buying those. I'm going to go directly to my websites, which this is how your dashboard looks. So you have home, website, hosting, email, domains, VPS, and billing. All of your websites that you build, whether they're on the same hosting plan, on a different hosting plan, all in Hostinger, of course, whether they're WordPress or Hostinger website builder, they're all going to be under websites. I'm going to show you real quick how to do two things in case you've already started, which is, let's say you've already started and you have a website built with WordPress and you decide that WordPress isn't for you and you want to switch to the website builder. For example, kaioslife.com, I'm currently building it on WordPress. If I want to switch, literally here, see those three dots? Change to Hostinger Builder. Once you do that, everything you've done on WordPress is gone. You're basically erasing a website and starting it again. So make sure that if you have content there that you want to copy, that you do that. And if you've already started with hosting your website builder and you've done something wrong and you want to start completely from scratch, for example, with this website that is called Quinja, you just click here and you can change template. So I'm going to start with that because I've already played around with the template and I want to show you how to get things started from scratch, obviously. So let's click on change template. And I understand that this will be deleting the previous content and change. Now we're arriving to the point where you will arrive if you've just purchased things from scratch and you're getting into the Hostinger website builder. And here we have multiple themes, templates basically for your website that you can choose from. You can also try the AI website builder. I will leave a link down below to the AI website builder because there was a full video just about that. But for the sake of this video, I just want to go to a blog template. Okay, so we've selected the blog category to see things that are specific for blogging, even though every possible template here will be able to have a blog in it. I've actually already tried this one a few times and I don't really like it. Let's look at Alicia. You click here on preview. And this is how basically your website is going to immediately look like if you choose this theme, including all the information in it, and you just have to change and add on to it. So the main page is nice. There is like the very short word. I think it's like a personal blog. And there is a link to read the blog that goes into the blog page. Let's go back to the main page and the story of a young mom's life with photos, latest posts. We can delete all of these, obviously, but it's really nice to start with a template that already looks kind of like what you want. The blog page would look like this, same as the category pages. The about page would look like this, and there is a contact page. Okay, let's go back. We have, let's have a look at this one. Marcedo. A simple yet more meaningful life. Oh, I actually like that. It relates to the topic that I wanted to choose for the demonstration of this video. So it works well, I guess. Let's look at the blog. As you can see, like there's the difference here that there is no like big title in the middle, just says blog. Gallery, which is just photos. Maybe you'd want to use that. About. It's about minimalism, of course. And with everything, you can also view how it's going to look on mobile. So main page and your blog feed. I actually kind of like this template. It's very clean. Let's try another one before I'm committed to this one. Committed. I will change it in a minute. Let's have a look at this one. I don't even remember what it was called. Boss? Okay. It looks like the blog is like the main page, but there are other things here. Follow on Instagram. There's a shop. I think I'd rather go with something that doesn't have a shop right now. So it's either Alicia or let's go with that Marcedo thing. Select template. And it's thinking. This is how fast this was. This is already quinja.com. I can save it and update it. Now, if I log into quinja.com, I might see the previous one. Oh no, it's already uploaded. I was going to tell you I'm going to see the previous version because my computer probably cached it, like the browser probably remembers the previous one, but no, this is already what's in quinja.com. This is how fast it was. For those of you coming from WordPress that have to install the demo version and everything, this is like the fastest thing ever. It's already published, it's already live. And you can complete more steps by following this guide or by following mine. Now that we have a theme, I want us to get acquainted with this dashboard. Whether it's the first time that you're looking at hosting your website builder, whether you're coming from WordPress, because things are different than WordPress and Shopify and Squarespace and all of these, or whether you're already used to this, but you probably missed something along the way. We have the site setup checklist that you can decide to set up if you want. You can follow that checklist. You can add an element. Now, when I'm adding an element, that means on the page that I'm in. So I'm currently on the home page. If I click on add element, I can add buttons, add to bag. This is not a shop currently. A video, gallery of images, an image, a shape, map, Instagram feed, social icons, etc., etc. This works on the page itself, which, by the way, is a drag and drop system, so I can just move everything like that if I want to. Then we have pages and navigation, which is basically ta-da-dam, the menu that we have here. So in the menu, we have blog, gallery, about, contact, which is this, arranged here. There are also other pages that you might have that are not currently in the navigation. In this case, the home page is not in navigation. If I want the home page to be in navigation, I just drop it here. That's pretty much it. Here I can add a page. I can add a new drop down, which means, for example, let's edit this, rename, something your collections. I don't know. And here under this, you can add things under it. So if I'm adding the contact to the drop down, drop it here. Come on. Thank you. Now it will look like this. I don't want that. I'm going to move it away and I'm going to delete this. Thank you. And I can add a link. So I can add an external link to appear on my menu. So for example, the name would be official shop. And the link will go to, I don't know, a shop. This can go to multiple shops. Let's send it to Maytribe just for the fun of it. Open in a new tab, save, and this will immediately take people. Let's update website, refresh. If I click here, it automatically opens maytribe.com in a new tab. Let's go back. And add a page will add a new page. We're going to do it in a second when we get to the blogging part. Here I have website styles. These are currently the colors that are in the website. This is the font that is for the website, and we can choose other ones. Now, for example, this one is the same font for the header, like the headings, and the paragraph text. They're both use cabin. And if I choose this one, they will both use pop-ins. But Prosto one will change all the headings into that Prosto one, with the paragraph text to a different font. We have prompt and lato, Grupo, and Monstrat. Actually, this is pretty. I'm going to keep this one. This is the three options you have for your buttons. If you want to have like a shop now, read more, stuff like that, you can check this one or this one or this one. And work on animations that will apply to everything in your website, which means let's choose scale. Let's update website. Everything is popping at me. Every single thing, all the time. This is a feature I actually don't like. I really don't like that. Let's go back to the home page to edit it. I really don't like that the animation is for everything. I prefer to choose no animations because you can animate the pages yourselves. Or again, if you like this part, it's awesome. Colors. You can change colors. For example, everything that has this color of black, change it to this. Is it on the main page somewhere? It says it's used 46 times. Not really sure I'm seeing it. Let's see if it's in the blog. No, I still can't find it. Edit post. I don't see this here. Oh, I haven't changed it. Oh, May, accept. Thank you. Oh, look, it changed everything here and here. So now that I know what it does, let me maybe make it blue. And of course, this all goes based on the colors of your existing project. If you already have colors, it also changed everything. I mean, look. So everything is blue now. I don't think I like that. I'm gonna change it back to like, let's do it back to black or some kind of black. Yeah. Here you can edit again, colors, fonts, buttons, and animation. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but see what happened here? The text moved because I changed the font. I'm clicking on Command Z. I can maybe stretch it here so it's not gonna look weird. Okay. AI tools. I can generate an image. I can write a paragraph or a piece of text with AI. I can write a page with AI, like a contact us or about or whatever. I can generate a post, a blog post, and create an AI heat map, AI logo maker. We're not going to touch all of these today, but for example, AI image generator. I want to create photo of a, let's look, a photo of a magical balcony garden with coffee on the table. There are a bit of limitations to how much you can use per day. I'm never using this AI image generator. I'm mostly using Lexica whenever I wanted this to generate something, and I will leave a link to that down below. And we have these images, and I can choose one, and it will literally appear here if I want to. Let's move it back. And as you can see, it stretched this section down. I'm going to move it up again. Thank you. And I can also, again, generate text. We're going to work on that when we're going to do the About page. You're going to see this in a minute. Now we have everything relating to blogging tools, which I will cover after finishing the dashboard. I just want to finish this up because this is a much longer one. And website setting. On website settings, you can work on your blog, on your online store, general settings, integrations, form submissions, which are from here. If people sign up to your newsletter, it doesn't have its own newsletter like WordPress and like Shopify. It doesn't have a built-in newsletter. Squarespace does. But what you have here is that you can see your form submissions when people submit, and you can integrate them with MailChimp or other newsletter services. Or if you're using a free newsletter blog like I am, which is Substack, just put a link to it up in the menu and put a link to it here. Or manually have people added to your Substack. You can check your analytics, export website files, work on your SEO, media library. Again, multiple things here. And let's look at the top menu. If I click on Website Manager, I'm basically going to go back to my panel where I had all my websites listed. Store Manager is for products, or if you want to create a whole new website. This is to view everything in real time in mobile. And as you can see, the minute we changed basically our theme, then the font became much bigger and it pushed things around. So I'm going to change it. And now it looks better on mobile. Don't forget to save anything. If you want to take a step back and undo, it's here, or Control Z or Command Z. You can preview all the changes before you update your website. So if I click on preview, it's going to show me the website in real life, even though it's not yet updated in this version. And if I go back here, as you can see here, this is the preview. This is how it looks because I haven't yet saved or updated the website when it comes to me changing the font, which I have now. See? Changed. Now let's talk about the blogging. In order for me to proceed with anything, I need to give this website a topic because it can't just be about anything and I'll just build it. So I chose a topic of like self-love and self-care. And we have here the logo of the website, which as you can see, if I click on replace an image and go to the image, the size of the image is 82 by 16 pixels. This is the size that you'll need to design a new logo. Let's just quickly do one for self-love. Custom size, 82 by 16. And I usually never design a logo that is this small. And also Canva doesn't like this size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quadruplicate the size. So 82 times 4 is 328. I don't think that's enough. 328. And 16 times 4 is 64. Is that correct? Why am I doing things in my head so early in the morning? Yes, it's 64. Okay, I was good. And this will be the size of the logo that they recommend. I'm just gonna quickly do something for this one. Self-care blog. This should be the name of your website, obviously. And I'm gonna head on over here. Let's go back to the website styles and to the fonts. One thing that I like to do is to make sure that the font that I'm using for the website is available on Canva in case I want to, make a coherent look with social media and stuff like that. So in this case, I know that Montserrat exists. Let's check if Grupo does, because Grupo is basically the heading one. It's okay if I have just one. Oh, Grupo also exists. Great. Self-care blog. Let's duplicate this and go with Montserrat. I don't know what it's called. Montserrat. Thank you. Yeah. We also have Montserrat, multiple ones. Let's go with light, thin, extra light, light, regular, medium, bold, extra bold. I'm kidding. I don't know why I'm super hyped up. This one, let's go back. Let's try and fit it in. I'm just gonna eliminate spacing. Let's imagine that this is the thing. Why isn't it moving? Did I do something wrong? Thank you. I thought I did something wrong for a second. Let's call it self-care blog logo and download page number 2, PNG transparent background. Go back to my website, click on the logo, replace image, upload file. This one. Select, and this is now my logo. Ta-da! We can obviously change it, work on it, make it bigger, edit the heading to have different font within the heading, edit the layout. And in this case, look, if I'm scrolling down here, I can't see the menu. But if I make the header sticky, it should follow me, which I don't know why it's not doing. Let's save and preview. As you can see, it stays. The header always stays, no matter what I do. Some people like that, some people don't. It's actually a matter of choice. I would probably not do it if the logo is so big, because I don't want the header to be so big, because the header goes around with it. Menu positions, if it's centered, if it's going attached to the logo, or if it's here. How spaced are the items in the menu? If you can see here, they became more spaced or less, the gaps between them. And how far am I padded around, basically, this top menu? This could be nice. I kind of like this. No, I don't. Layout. Go there. Go back there. I like it better. Going back to the blog topic and basically the categories, because this is something that is very different from WordPress and from a lot of other shop builders and website builders. I'm finally heading to the blog thing. The minute you click on the blog, you can see all of your posts. You also have drafts, scheduled. You can schedule posts in advance, and things that are published. Let's take the draft and delete this one. And we have all of our blog posts here. Now, when I click on more settings, I will be able to go to post settings and choose the category. This is the first thing I'm doing if I'm going to start a website with Hostinger Builder, is create all of the categories that I want on a demo post, and you'll understand soon why. So I'm going to select a category, add new category, and I've already written down a list of categories that I want for this blog, which is about self-care as a topic. So I'm going to type in the first category is journaling, save it, then select. I have journaling selected. And I can add another one. I'm going to call this one quotes. I'm going to scroll down, select categories, add a new category, books, like book recommendations, select categories, add a new one, self-love. I don't know, self-love gifts. Let's call it gifts. And let's have another category called freebies. And I'm going to save all of this. I can add some of the other ones into these categories, like for example, journaling and quotes, save, and post settings, categories, select self-love and freebies, and another one, categories, all of these. This is something that I'm doing before I'm writing the blog posts, and now you're going to see why. If you've ever had a WordPress website, then you know that when you write a post, you attach it into a category, and those categories have a page, like a feed that presents these categories. If you're on PayHip, that doesn't exist. Every category is its own blog. I think Squarespace is a little bit similar. And what we have with Hostinger is that I can have a feed of a blog, of a category of a blog, anywhere I want. So what I do is I create manually the pages for that. Now my blog categories, you can see them here. Like this is where I'm reading it from, is journaling, quotes, book, self-love merch, which I called it, by the way, self-love gift. So I'm changing it, and freebies. Let's move this on to my other screen. We don't need that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on over to pages and navigation. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the blog page, which you can just create a blog page, but I'm going to go to the blog page that is already existing. And I'm going to go to the settings, and I am going to rename it. I'm going to rename it to the first basically category that I have, which is journaling. The page URL will be journaling. So this category link blog page is quinja.com journaling. Save. And now you can see here there is a section here for blog posts. It's called a blog list. I'm going to click on edit blog list, go to posts, only show some, and select the category journaling. This will only feature any post in the category of journaling under the journaling tab. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go to pages and navigation, and this time I'm going to take the journaling thing and I'm going to click here and duplicate it. It's really easy. It's called journaling copy. Let's rename journaling copy into quotes, which changes the URL. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go to quotes. And I'm going to edit the blog list in this section. As you notice, it's very seamless. You don't go in and out of everything like with WordPress. Go to post, select a category, quotes, and don't select journaling. And this will only feature the quotes. Let me just do the same thing again. Let's drag this next to it. Duplicate this. Rename books. Save. Head on over to the books page, which is here. Edit blog list. Posts. Select categories. Books. Now I'm gonna snap my finger and you're gonna see the other ones, the self-love, gifts, and freebies. By the way, if you like this video so far or found this content useful, please hit the like button down below, because every time you do that, believe it or not, it really does help my channel. Let's continue on with the tutorial. And I'm done, and my my menu looks like a mess. Let's organize this. We have journaling, quotes. After journaling and quotes, let's put books. And then we can put freebies. Notice that the freebies is written in bold. That's because that's the page I'm currently on if I want to edit something. The minute I'm going to click on this one, this is going to be bold. And you might not see the difference between the posts that much because we haven't actually had posts with different categories, like different posts as much, but it does change based on what is set for that category. There is a gallery page that if you want to keep it and have some photos, go ahead. I don't see a point in having it, so I'm just going to delete it. We have an about page, a contact us, which I think could be in the about, or the contact us can be in like a sub menu or something. I don't always like to have a contact page right at the top, so let's put it at pages that I don't delete the page. I'm just not wanting to have it in the menu, and the official shop link, whatever. Now that we've done the menu, let's work on the about page, for example. Let's show you how to work on a page. This is the about page. Now, this is a self-care blog. I recommend making things personal whenever you can. If your brand is personal, for example, even if the topic of the niche is cats, you write, "Hi, my name is May and I love cats." So here, what I would recommend do is using photos of yourselves. So let's say I have this photo here and I want to edit this image. I'm going to replace it. Let's go with upload files. I'm going to go to life and find a cool photo of myself. And it does not upload HAKE files, which is the files that are created by my phone. So let's just upload one of these. Not something that I'm doing in this tutorial, but whenever you want to upload a photo, you have to rename the photo in your computer first with the right SEO tags, because this is a part of SEO. I'm going to select this photo, and as you can see, ta-da, it stretched myself on this entire thing, because that was like the ratio of this image. I'm going to go over to style and reset image proportions to my actual image. And I'm going to take this and make it a lot smaller. And I can move it around wherever I want. I really recommend that you move things around. Don't save it so that you can always undo it or just refresh the website in case you did something wrong. But I really recommend you try in this and actually look into these. Don't just rely on anything that I write here. Now, let's say I call this image Self-Care Blog by May. I'm going to put that in this one, May Arroyo, creator of self-care blog. This is basically what people will see when they hover over the photo, and this is what Google will know about this photo. Let's move on to style. I can make it rounder. Ta-da! Like this. Action. What will happen if someone clicks on this photo? Will it open the photo like this? Open full screen view. Let's save this one. Preview. Someone clicks, it opens the photo. Back to editor, edit image, action, or if it will open a link. This works for everywhere on the website. So if you have a product and you want to have a link to it, let's say to the product page on your Etsy store, on Society6, on Redbubble, on TeePublic, on your Fourthwall store, or something you're affiliating, this will be the way to do it, by adding a link to it. In this case, I don't want to do anything. I can change the general shape of the photo, which is sometimes kind of cool in a lot of cases. If you've seen my how to create a link in bio page, also you can like shrink it like this. If you've seen my link in bio page of Hostinger, I was actually working on this a lot more. This is this is also dumb. Let's just keep it dumb because it's fun. So this is my about page, and I'm gonna write, hey, um, May. And I love helping people love themselves better. Let's generate with AI. What is the text? The text about why it's important to love yourself. Create text. Notice that it didn't delete anything from here, so I will delete it manually. Loving yourself is crucial for your overall well-being and happiness. Down. You develop self-image, self-worth. This self-love allows you to la la la. Again, this should be an about text, about you, about the website. I'm using it with AI because the point of this tutorial is to show you how to technically do things, not how to literally write about self-love. Let's say this is the text, and I have all this white space here. I can just minimize it by pushing this up. That's it. Let's have a look at what we have here for a second. We have edit social icons. Where do they lead? Instagram, Twitter. You can add a new social link here if you want to, and work on the style, like how big are the icons, the layout, how spaced they are between each other. You can basically do that with this and position them in the center. Now let's look at elements. I want to add an Instagram feed over here. And if this looks weird to you, it's because it's not really my Instagram. It chose a random feed. So we're going to connect to Instagram. you need to have Instagram open on your computer. If you have multiple Instagram accounts, you need to make sure that the right one is connected to your computer. And now it's connected to my Arroyo. Changing the layout. Let's work on the layout. I want 5 items per row. And in general, I want to have 10 items. And gap between the photos. I think I actually want to show 6 items and I want them all in the same row. And then I'm going to put this here and stretch it all over to the other side. Now, I'm not going to show you every single button that you can click on because, play my favorite game. What does this button do? This is a very important part when trying to create anything and learning anything online. I do know that a lot of people love tutorials, but you have to learn how to do things for yourself. Now, one thing that I do want to show you is how to add sections. So I can add a section which is blank, and I'm basically going to build it with these elements. So I'm going to put in here a gallery of photos, and I'm going to put it to the right, and it's going to be a Mansory gallery, and 4 items. It's going to have 6 items per row. It's going to have 4, and I want this to do nothing. I want the gap to be larger between the photos, and I want this to stretch all over here. And then I want to add an element of text and put the text here and call it your best, no, your best self. And I want everything to be an H1, a bigger heading. Now I can also add another section that is already made for me. And this will be a great way for people who are starting out. So for example, you see here we have a header, text, and 3 photos. I can add another section. These are about section. Different headlines with different photos. I can add a gallery section that is already pre-made. I can add a slideshow, which means that this moves right to left. I can add certain types of images. I can add a video, whether it's adding 3 videos and a topic, one video with a topic, a contact form, an Instagram feed, a map, social icons, or a blog feed again. So here, for example, in the about, I can add a blog feed. Let's delete this section. Garbage. Let's take this section. Delete this. Edit text. Your best self blog. For example, I'm going to stretch it. Edit text. Align to center. Drag it to the center. Take this whole section, move it up. And in the section of a blog list, it's choosing all of the blog posts recently. There is going to be 4. So it's always going to feature my latest blog posts on this page. Let's save and update. Let's go back to the home page, navigation, and to our home page, which I do think should be in the menu. Let's take the home page and put it on the menu. Navigation, home. You don't have to do that. You can just choose that your home is going to be just like a feed of everything, or that people just reach your about page and that's your home page. A simple yet more meaningful life. Change photos, add photos. Don't like this section, remove it. Recent post. Don't like this section, move it. There are so many things to do here. So many. This will be different based on the topic of the blog, based on whatever you want to do with it. And if you want your homepage to just be a blog, we're going to delete everything. We have a blog here. Let's delete this section. And let's delete this section. Edit blog lists. Post per page. 4. posts from everything, and we're gonna add a section above for heading. No, I don't like this one. I literally clicked on Command Z and it went away. Love this shop builder. Heading. Let's go with this one. You can also add a photo, and this will be your main page. I want you guys to play around with this. I really do. And there will be a full tutorial on how to do the blog posts. I didn't want to put this in the same tutorial because I think that there is a difference between understanding the technical aspect, which is this is a blog post, let's edit it. I can move this here. I can move this photo here. I can make this photo this ratio. I can duplicate a photo and put it on the side. I think there is a big difference between learning this step of how to do things and learning how to actual blog. So in the next video, which will be Hosting Your Website Builder Blogging Part 2, I will be showing you how to write and actually create 3 different types of blog posts. Now I have a few more things to say to finalize this tutorial before we finish this video. So let's head on over back to me. Okay, so we're back to me, and let me know, all you non-tech people, wasn't this painless? I think that once it clicks in your head, you're really like, oh, this is like the easiest thing ever. I really hope that you can see that as well. At this point, I would like to say 2 things. 1, I'm fast. I know. I know that I work fast. I know that I think fast. I have a script. I've been building websites for more than a decade. I've been using the Hostinger builder for a few months now to really get good at it. So if you're looking at my speed and saying, oh, how does she just know where to click? Well, I'm making a tutorial. Don't look at my speed as something that should come naturally to you from the beginning. And remember my favorite phrase, practice makes faster. Well, I have 2. Practice makes faster. And what does this button do? So please consider that when you're looking into this, and don't think that if it takes you longer to get adapted to it, that means that you're wrong for this or this is somehow not working for you. So don't be discouraged from the start. And 2, as I mentioned in the beginning, this was part 1. So part 2 of the video is actually going to be creating those blog posts, and I thought it would be really nice if you could help me out with the topic. So please comment down below, what blog post should I write? Whether it's to give me the title of the blog post or tell me, hey, write a blog post to promote, I don't know, a boho floral pillow or something like that. I will try when I'm making the tutorial to, of course, combine within the tutorial, affiliate along with promoting your own print-on-demand or printable items. But the more ideas you're going to give me on what to promote in a blog post will be uber helpful. I would like to remind you again that our community members are getting 10% discount for their hosting and domain packages over on Hostinger on top of any existing sale. Link and coupon code down below. And honestly, I'm loving this builder. I even use this builder for my own links page, mayorroyo.com, and I made a tutorial about that. So if you want to learn how to use the Hostinger builder to create a links page as a one static page just to get started, or if you want to add it as a page in your existing blog, I recommend you watch that video next. It's going to be somewhere here on the screen. But with that being said, that was it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!